Hi, my name's Andy Tillison. I'm from a band called The Tangent, and you are watching live prog rock.
I'm a big fan of Star Trek, and one of the characters I really enjoy is Mr. Spock. Now, I can't do the eyebrow thing, but what I can do is say this: fascinating. Why fascinating? Well, for the album I have for you, this one, Enochian Theory, Life and All It Entails.
Chance upon chance, moments divided by movements, withdrawing further into the open senselessness. For so many years, still ubiquitous. So here is my
Let me explain why I find this fascinating. I'm always on the lookout for new music, not just for my video reviews, but also, for myself. I love music. I mean, you can see it behind me. I have a lot of music, a lot of different kinds of music as well. Well, I like variety in music. Now, there are many reasons that make me want to look into an album. It could be a title, it could be what other people tell about a band, it could be the image of a cover. Well, in this case, it was basically the fact that this band, Enochian Theory, had a new album out, which is this one. And well, I found the artwork interesting, I found the name interesting, so I figured, wow, this is something that I'd like to check out. So, well, here I am, bringing it to you. And I've been listening to this album quite a bit, and well, my conclusion after listening to this album a couple of times, and especially on headphones, is that I found this a fascinating album, because it is not the next neo-prog album. It's not an album that walks within the lines of prog. It is an album that experiments, that brings in different, takes a different path in music. And I even think that this album would be very suitable for a larger audience. I would personally maybe even place it alongside a band like Muse. Muse is, well, often referred to as a prog band, but then again, they have a lot of, well, so-called commercial success. They're more mainstream, and I think this is also more in that direction. One of the things I read on the internet, some talk about this album, is that Enochian Theory was a prog metal band. Well, I must honestly say I was listening to this album, and well, I would not quickly say, well, this is a prog metal band, because I didn't hear much metal in it. What I did hear was very atmospheric music, especially the first half of the album. It's real atmospheric, it's calm, it's tranquil. It's fantastic music to just relax with at the end of a day, calm down a little bit. I'm not saying that it's all happy. I mean, they kind of picked out a very broad topic for this album, life and all that entails. That's quite a bit, and well, I wonder, is that something you can, well, all put together in one CD? Well, at least they made an effort, and the result is a fascinating CD. It's the third CD from this band. The first one was an EP, then they had full-length CD, and this is full-length CD number 2. And well, I'm very happy that they released it. I'm very happy to have listened to it, and when I was looking at it, and well, you see some artwork on the back, and I'm not gonna give any comments on that. You may do that yourself.
As we skip across the event horizon, blissfully met deep inside, right out of
But let's just take a look at the track listing, because then I can repeat my word fascinating a couple of times again. To start with, the first track mentioned, 0 is also a number, and it just says 0. And initially I thought this album had 14 tracks. That was actually a song. Well, when I was playing it, I found out it wasn't a song. I don't even know if it's really a part of the music, or that they just put it in there, to give people the wrong impression, the wrong idea, put them, for have a bit of fun. But then the album starts this aching isolation. It already gives the idea of a bit of pain, you know, an unpleasant situation. However, the music is very beautiful, and that's often the case with an artist, you know. When they're in pain, when they're in problems, they often make the best works of art. And in this case, well, maybe that's the same idea, I don't know for sure. I hope they're feeling okay and they're happy. Nevertheless, the music's really beautiful, and the vocals are very beautiful as well. They use a lot of samples in it, some older spoken words, like they just picked out some dialogue from a movie and just, you know, incorporate it into the music. Yeah, I find it very nice, very fascinating. I like that very much when they do that, especially if they have a more instrumental piece. It gives a nice effect, you know. Like you're listening to a movie. Well, this whole movie-like idea is also a little bit of what I experience when I listen to this album. And looking along the track listing, there are a couple of tracks names that are, well, quite difficult to pronounce probably. I'll start with the most difficult one, track number 9. Nisi crederitiris non intelligentes. Alright, how to break your tongue in 4 words. But here I go again, fascinating, really interesting. Especially because at that point things change. The tranquil atmosphere that you have at the beginning of the album is suddenly disrupted by some grunts and some growling and some heavy dark vocals, you know. It's not over the top, it's not too much, but it perfectly fits along the entire mood of the album, and I gotta say that's one of the reasons why I absolutely like it. They got a couple of more of those Latin song titles in it. Well, I don't know why, maybe they like it. Nevertheless, the songs that are hidden behind those difficult song titles are absolutely amazing. They're really fantastic, and this is not a really outgoing album. No, this is a more introvert album. It's more inside you. This one is really perfect for listening on headphones, definitely. You know, you can play it on your stereo, you can play it in the car. It will do very fine, but I think you get the most joy out of it when you listen to this one on headphones. And I gotta say, that's what I listen to it the most. Trio. We have Benedict Harris Hayes, throat, guitars, piano. Again, fascinating that it says here throat, which probably is a reference to the grunts, and at the same time, you know, of course, that he does the vocals. But you know, I found it, you know, interesting how the way they put it there. Then we have Sam Street, drums and percussion, and Sean Raymond on the bass. It's also listed here, the Lost Orchestra, and you hear throughout the album, you hear several orchestral arrangements in the music, which again, you know, as I said, the whole idea of a soundtrack is a little bit enhanced by that. And I gotta say, it sounds really nice, but it's not a real orchestra. It comes out of a box, unfortunately. Probably a budget reason, I like to think so. Then again, what would these guys do if they had a real orchestra at their disposal? Well, let's hope that we can find out one day, because as songwriters, I think they are very good. And you know, I think if you give them more to work with, they can even create a more interesting sound than they already do. But already, you know, they create something really, well, really stunning, really fascinating with this album. An interesting little side piece of information. Engineered, mixed, mastered by Rob Aubrey. IQ, Transatlantic, and, well, a lot more. So, and production-wise, stunning, you know, really stunning. And as I said, you know, listen to it on headphones and you hear it. Now, outside the artwork on the front cover, the only piece of artwork is found in here, which is kind of interesting. I have no idea what it is. Other than that, you know, it's just well, it's just lyrics. The artwork may be interesting to mention, because if you look at the website of Enochian Theory, you see a lot more of it. It's really beautiful. The artwork is done by Mr. Robin Portnoy. So, nice to know. So, a very fascinating album, and well, I can say a recommendation. If you're looking for something different, something really atmospheric, something really beautiful, then I say Enochian Theory, live and all its entails. Have a listen, you'll probably enjoy it.